So Jermaine Shoemake, talked about him before, also affectionately known as Dr. Umar Johnson. He's a very polarizing character. He says a lot of stuff that I don't think is appropriate. He says a lot of things that I feel misrepresent, I think, what he wants to convey, the message he wants to get across. A lot of the time he scuttles what he wants to get across to be bombastic and really unentreating. So this is an article, and I really want to point out something here. I know I said we weren't going to be like super serious, but then I do want to be a little bit serious about this topic, because I think it goes to show part of the problem that happens in the critical race theory, social justice, when you make ethnicity literally a god, when you make ethnicity your skin color, your phenotype, when you make it a god, this is what actually happens to you. You put yourself in a position where, like Umar Johnson. So I'm gonna read this title to you. Dr. Umar Johnson claims Vanessa Bryant has not used Kobe Bryant's money to support the Black community after his death. And I'm sure you're probably going to be doing the exact same thing that I was doing when I read that. Like, why is she responsible to the Black community? She herself is a woman of Mexican descent. But even more than that, isn't she responsible to her family? Isn't she responsible to the people in the Kobe Bryant Foundation, those persons that are her extended family, and those that are actually employed through the organization? Isn't she responsible to continue? I mean, because they want to eat, they want to be taken care of. Isn't she responsible to do that? Why is she responsible to the Black community? Then the next valid question I think would be asked is, what is the Black community that she's supposed to be propping up? What is it that she's supposed to be doing, Dr. Johnson? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's read what he said. Dr. Umar Johnson has struck a nerve with social media users following his appearance on the Joe Budden podcast. The episode, which premiered on Christmas Day, saw the Pan-Africanist supercharged as he accused Vanessa Bryant of flagrantly using her late husband Kobe Bryant's fortune to further an advancement of white communities. And one of the things I've pointed out before is this notion that you are responsible to a community, not to your family. And I just want you to think about notice how many times family is used compared to communities is used in this article. The staunch critic of interracial relationships accused Vanessa of being like other white women who marry Black men, but do little to nothing to uplift the Black community. Here goes again, Black community. What is the Black community that she's responsible to? The mother of four is a Mexican American and was with the Los Angeles Lakers franchise player for 21 years and married for 19. Okay, so here's Vanessa, here's Umar. I'm pretty certain that I feel comfortable in saying that Umar's real issue is that she was not willing to give him money for his fraudulent, fake, and phony school that he's trying to do. That's going to be my little 2 cents where I'm going to stand. But let's keep going. As widely reported, Kobe, along with his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, and 7 others perished on January 26th. I think that's supposed to be 2020 helicopter crash. I don't know what happened there. He was survived by his wife and 3 remaining daughters, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri. In his argument against the widow, Johnson stated Vanessa inherited his wealth. And guess what? Is Vanessa Bryant using any of that Black man's money to do any good for the Black community? Absolutely nothing. Oh, okay, got it. Absolutely nothing. At the time of his death, the NBA Hall of Famer had an estimated wealth of $600 million. In February, she was awarded $28.85 million settlement in the lawsuit filed against the Los Angeles County over photos taken at the scene of the helicopter crash. Notice how many times the word family has not been used yet. Still not even a word family at all, but we've used community multiple times. But let's go. This is Chris Giddens, and he mentions here on Twitter, I lived across the street from the community center in North Philadelphia, predominantly black, where Vanessa Bryant had the courts fully remodeled and for the kids in the area. People just be talking to talk. All right, so clearly this is a basketball court in North Philadelphia where Kobe Bryant was from. That I guess the Bryant Foundation, by way of Vanessa Bryant, had repaved for the kids in the community. Pretty cool. Okay. Dr. Umar accuses Vanessa Bryant of not using Kobe Bryant's money to do good for the black community. Again, black community. What about her family? Like, is she responsible for me, or is she responsible to her own family? I don't want Kobe Bryant's money. I want you to do whatever you're supposed to do with Kobe Bryant's with that money and be a blessing to your family and your community. I don't understand why Umar Johnson does this. And it's kind of gross to be attacking this man's, especially on the heels, on the 26th. So it's about 10 days away from her celebrating the 4th anniversary of her husband and her first child dying. And you're going to dig in about she's not giving money to the black community? Maybe it's that failed school of yours. Vanessa reportedly donated her $16 million portion of the settlement funds to the Mamba and Mamacita Sports Foundation, okay? The organization, which was renamed the Mamba Sports Foundation after Kobe and Gianna's death, hosts basketball skills and academics for underserved youth and provides sports and funding for schools and various leagues, okay? That seems like a decent, I don't know how that would be a bad thing. Johnson continued in his rant. Vanessa Bryant just started an initiative with 3 predominantly white colleges, some sort of sports initiative with Kobe's money and Kobe's name. Didn't choose a single HBCU with a black man's money, he stated. That's so gross. All right. And some of these are like copywritten, and I don't want to get my channel copy strike today. I'll leave a link to this in the description as well. You're welcome to check it out. I don't have the patience today for a copyright strike today. I'm trying to get back. All right, the University of Kentucky, University of Connecticut, University of Southern California, University of Oregon, Duke University, and Louisiana State University basketball programs were named as participants in the inaugural Mamba program in the fall of 2023. Okay, so what? I think Umar Johnson, man, the guy he can't get out of his own way. But let's continue. The partnership between the foundation, Nike, and universities provided the teams with custom uniforms featuring the Mamba logo, Kobe sneakers, and other apparel for the 2023-24 season. Okay, cool. The arrangement is a business deal that intended to increase the brand awareness of the Mamba line of shoes, not a charitable contribution like Johnson suggests. Like, why is he a contributor in this discussion? He's not adding anything to it. He's not an alumni of any of these schools. He doesn't sit on the board of any of these businesses. Why are people even listening to this guy? The social media personality hit back with expecting white women to use black money to help black people. How is that unfair? When called out by a podcast co-host, Ish, for being unfair in his judgment of Vanessa. First of all, she's not white. She's Hispanic. She doesn't come from clearly words don't mean anything to Mr. Johnson, because he called her a white woman when she's clearly, we can see right here. She's a woman of Hispanic origin. Like, what are you talking about? I guarantee you he's asked for money for his school and nobody wants to help him. That is what I think happened. Johnson's criticism was met with backlash, and rightly so. You can't go everywhere preaching other folks need to stay out of black business. But when Vanessa Bryant does, since she isn't black, now she's part of an example because that's black money. Read a tweet. Another person posted, that ain't Vanessa Bryant's job. Her job is to take care of the family with Kobe Bryant money. That's the first time they used family in this whole article. He don't know what kind of money talk they had before his passing. Dr. Umar just don't need to mention Kobe at all. Johnson has acknowledged the blowback and from the guest appearance by continuing to share IG posts promoting his upcoming speaking gigs. All right. I just want to get that one out of the way. I said I was going to talk about it today. So I thank y'all for listening. Appreciate you. Give me some of your insights there. Thank you so much.